Did you really just say that? I thought you were sleeping. That's funny. Brandon Hicks, my man, you are number one. Let's see who's the first place loser. DPG, hola man, you are the first place loser. What's up, Alan? How you doing, my man? What's up, Will Backwoods? How you doing? No Backwoods, you are number 5. Good morning, Ralph. Good morning, or it's good night to me, I guess, or I'm getting ready for bed here. But I just learned something today. Christopher, how you doing? What's happening, meal ticket? Backwoods, hey. Hey, Chris Lawson, how you doing? That's right, Tar Heel Nation, brother, Tar Heel Nation. I'm about ready to get all the warnings for Tar Heel coming soon as winter gets closer. What's up, John? How you doing, my man? Will's at the TA. Should I buy the 740? Will I get points? Well, when I bought mine from Love's, I got points at Love's. I don't know. I guess TA, you get the same ones. You got their card, right? Can you stay company driver at Prime if you choose to? Absolutely, Backwoods, 100%. They don't. No one. I got mentioned about Lease one time when I was changing from a condo to a lightweight, and I was telling her how I needed to make more money, and I really hate to give up room to the smaller truck. That's the only time she ever said, "Well, you ever think about leasing?" And I was like, "Yeah, but." You know, and if you're gonna run company solo, man, and you can get a lightweight, you'll make a little more money. You get paid 5 cents a gallon, 5 cents a mile more. I accidentally goofed up on my planning here, which caused me to call my night fleet manager, and he explained a couple of things to me, which was kind of interesting. But my miles that I just got a new dispatch. I was getting ready to step into the shower when I got, I looked at my phone and it said, "Hey, are you good with this pre-plan?" And I just ran it in my head real quick. Boom, bada, 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 boom. What else do you have? No, I'm good with this one. I'll take it. And then when I got to the truck and I started punching it into Rand McNally, this load is supposed to be 493 miles is what was sent over to me as a total mileage from dispatch. So I did the math and okay, that's okay. I can deal with that. It's gonna be, it'll deliver. Okay, yeah, it's a little, it's got more time on it than I wanted, but that's all I could get right now. It's gonna put me in Iowa. Hopefully, I can get a juicy meat load out of there. But I get back to the truck and I throw my Rand up and I do it. And I put my fuel stop in, and it's almost 600 miles. I'm like, well, wait a minute, that's taking it down to like 89 cents a mile. So I'm like, no, I'm not good with that. So I call dispatch, which is night dispatch. What's up, Brian? How you doing? She's laying back there being a bum. She's tired, I guess. Let's see, really, people keep saying Prime Inc. pushes the lease program on you, and they get mad if you stay company. Probably just rumors. So get a lightweight truck. You can choose. I want to run solo. Absolutely, you can choose, man. I kept hearing the same thing backwards, same damn thing, and never. I wish someone would have pushed me to go lease. I might have went lease sooner, but they never pressured me. As a matter of fact, I was in the lease line my very first time there, and I'm talking to them like, well, you know what? Maybe I'm going to just do company instead. That way I can get a truck a little bit sooner. Okay, there you go, right there. Boom, boom. Yeah, I've never, I think where they get that from is they probably taught, at some point there was probably someone who really pushed lease at one time or whatever, or you got that disgruntled lease guy that failed at it, and now he wants to make it like, Prime's this big evil leasing company. Do companies want you to lease? Yeah, I'm sure they do. You pay for their stuff. But they don't. Oh, thanks, Backwoods. Appreciate that, man. They don't force it on you at all. So I called my fleet manager, and he's all, well, this is Night Guy, and he's all, yeah, those miles you get dispatched that you see on the app, he goes, you need to go and look it up, your own route and fuel stops and everything. He goes, because those are basically what miles customers are going to pay us for. And they're not always the total miles. So I'm like, well, yeah, that brings that load down to blah, blah, blah. So I took the fuel stop out of it, and it brought it to 504, which is okay. That's doable. From 493 to 504 actual, I'm good with that. So I'm like, what the hell? That fuel stop was 100 miles in the wrong direction, or what? So I chit chat with this guy. He's a really cool dude. You know, he actually sounded like he really would love to spend a lot of time with me and chit chatted about Lease and whatnot. He was not rushed or anything when he talked to me, so I'm going to give Zane props. I appreciate that, Zane, for talking to me. Well, after I got off the phone with him, I said, yeah, I'll just find a different fuel stop. After I got off the phone with him, I thought to myself, you know what? And I put the fuel stop back in, and 504 miles. I've done this before, and I think because now I'm Lease, I'm so antsy at why is the miles different? I didn't even think to look, but I bet you what I did is I went 01, 90, and then fuel stop, which would have took me 100 miles past the fuel stop and then back. So I'm betting that's what I did. But anyways, that was just a learning experience. He totally recommends before committing to a load, always check. He even said go as far as checking the macro 19 to see if there's, you know, if you can sleep there or not. He goes, that could make or break that trip. Which, yeah, I've had that happen where I'm not going to be able to sleep at a place, so I'm going to have to spend an extra day there because I'm going to burn my clock. But anyways, what's up, Trucker Will? How you doing, man? I'm learning this Lease thing. I'm going to have to have a series called Lease Life. I'm learning it slowly but surely. I'm in Memphis, and this is the first time I've ever shut down at a truck stop where I've got an uneasy feeling. Weird. Let's see, DPG says, Lease is for people that will take on responsibility for running a business that they will grow. Yes, they might make a little more money than company, but there's a much greater risk. I'm always going to tell people that. There's a much greater risk leasing. You can make more money, but you can lose a lot more money too. You could have a crappy truck and go bankrupt because your truck's broke down so much. So you got to be careful. Hey, Ian, how you doing, man? What's up, Kenworth? Melissa's back here dying back there, so I'm sure she would say hi if she was here. It's great when you can drive less than the miles the app says it's being paid. Yeah, that's rare, Ian, but it does happen. Backwards really wants to go to Prime Inc. over most companies I've looked at. Also want to be treated right, honestly. You know, I'm going to say every company, including Prime, is in it to make a profit, okay? A lot of people don't understand that's what these companies are there to do, is to make money. For them to make money, it's going to cost us, the drivers, money. Does that mean that it's costing us unfair? No. So, I think Prime's pretty fair. I haven't seen anything they do that when I first started, there was a couple things that made me question, and then as I became more familiar with trucking, it was like, well, damn, you know what, they're right. They are right. One of the big things I didn't understand is, what do you mean you guys don't believe in doing 34-hour resets? If I want to do a 34-hour reset, I want to do a 34-hour reset. And my fleet manager, he went so far as said, you know, I want you to call this person and talk to them. And they explained, because I couldn't see how sitting and waiting until midnight to get your hours back made more sense than just sitting a day and a half and getting a fresh 70. Well, I've done both, and it is. I can understand their point. You can make more money running off recaps and running 34-hour resets. Now, having said all that, when all was said and done, and I told them, well, okay, well, let's say I don't want to do it because, the time. I want to do it because I want to spend the time at home. I was told, okay, well, don't call it a 34. Just tell them you want to go home for a day, because by the time you go home, get your truck checked in and everything, go home for 24 hours and come back, it's a 34-hour reset. Just don't use the term 34-hour reset. Oh, man, I don't know how I got on that rant. I really want to go to... Okay, I read that one. Oh, cool. Yeah, thanks again, Backwoods, man. Cool. What's up, Pac-Man? What's happening? Where's... what was the little ghost's name? My dad used to play Pac-Man like crazy. I mean, we're talking Atari 2600. One day he seen... Was it the 2600? Guys, it's the one that had the square box and the joystick. I think 2600 was the newer one, with the pad and the joystick that you held. This was the little square, but like you see now. Anyways, it was that one. He seen it one day sitting there. Someone played it, me, my sister, whatever, and he walked up, sat down, and grabbed hold of that stick. Gay. Anyways, we couldn't get him off that game ever. He was a Pac-Man nut. He'd actually make Pac-Man noises in his sleep. Yeah, thanks, Alan. Thanks. I didn't know. You just don't know sometimes. I just can't wait to get out of here. Yes, Alan, I am. I'm at the Pilot here, and then right there you got a Pilot. 4 miles up the road, there's a Love's with the blue beacon in it, which is where I'm going to go in the morning to wash the trailer out. Oh, you're just north of... Good, come protect me. Right on, Chris. 2 weeks to go. What's up, Michael? How you doing? I just want respect and fair. I know this is business and they want to make money. It's all about the money, but you don't have to be disrespectful to the drivers making... Exactly, 100% right there, Backwoods. 100%. There's only really one person at Prime that rubbed me the wrong way, and they seem to be getting better just because I know that they're a touchy person, so I just kind of leave things be. Otherwise, everybody, except for a few guys in inbound that are, having bad days, everybody usually is pretty respectful. What's up, Skeletor? Melissa's in bed, but I'll tell you said hi. Yeah, absolutely, Brandon. I sure would go back to company. It just depends on, I'm going to give it some time and make sure I'm making enough money to make it worthwhile. I'm not going to keep leasing if I'm only making a few dollars more. The risk is too high. There's too much of a risk to lease if you're going to make $100, $200 a week more. I think personally. But I think it's going to make more than that. Especially for guys who are super bionic or superhero material and they don't need health insurance. Those guys, a lot of my money gets eaten up by health insurance because I have to have health insurance for me and my wife, which is $1,000 a month. So it takes a big chunk of $250 a week. Now you'd say, well, that don't matter, that shouldn't matter. Well, I'm gonna count that in because I'm gonna do my lease payout checks two ways. One, I'm gonna do it as this is how much the lease driver makes versus this is how much I'm making lease, comparing it to the same options I have as a company driver with benefits. Okay, a lot of people forget when they're at a job and they're going, I'm only making $12 an hour, but they have full health insurance, paid and dental and everything. They forget about those benefits, how important they are. I know a lot of you guys are thinking right now, yeah, huh, I used to work over here and, I was pissed because I only made this much money. But yeah, I did have really good coverage. Some people will get a crappy job just to have good health benefits. As a lease driver, you have none. You have to pay everything out of pocket. Company driver, after being there a year, I was paying for two of us $49 plus the dental and the vision. That place is sketchy. Yeah, it feels sketchy, man. I mean, there's an old beat up semi sitting next to me. The hood was up. They were working on it. But the truck in front of it that was working, sitting there with the guy, is like this brand spanking new $100,000 Cadillac Escalade. Blacked out windows. Beautiful truck. But it's like, that's some sketchy shit right there. And then he had to move so I can back into this spot because he was sitting in front of that truck. It's like, dude, do you really want me to hug your Escalade? You might want to back up. So after I backed in, then another like Denali type pickup truck pulls up. Again, blacked out, beautiful, shiny, just been waxed. What are they doing hanging out with the dude in this friggin' semi that's probably worth about $50? It just seems sketchy. Used to play Pac-Man in the 80s, yeah. Think I'm going to grab the 740 before I head out tonight. Yeah, I'm happy with the 740, man. I am. Oh, okay, that's on Martin Luther King. Is that what you're at? I don't know if this is Martin Luther King. Could be. You're in Blytheville at the Loves. Oh, isn't that where Melissa made that video for the monster? I appreciate the conversation on this subject. Hey, no problem, Backwoods, man. Any questions you have, just hit me up. I'm sure you got my email and all that good stuff. At DavidH6571 is my Instagram. Unless you train, it won't make you much more than 100, 200 more after taxes. That's what I was afraid of, Jay. That's what I was afraid of this whole time, but it's looking like it might make more than that. Do you think you'll ever team drive with your wife? Probably. I don't think we'll ever do a full team. I think she'd just be more like backup. Or maybe, Harry, you know what? You want to drive a couple hours down the I-80, go for it. Yeah, man, I really don't feel safe here, and my load's 150 miles away, and it picks up at what'd they say, 7 tomorrow morning? Let's see. Picks up at 6. So I gotta get the trailer washed, get some fuel here. Yeah. The tax is where you gain the extra money if you do it right. Yeah, I'm pulling a full-blown 30% out right now, and I'll be switching to Texas taxes, which has no state tax, no state income tax, so my taxes won't be as much. I don't have teeth. I have teeth. What do you mean I don't have teeth? No, I'm not stalking them. I'm trying to stay away from them. Any $100,000 car like that blacked out, I mean blacked out. When I pulled up next to it to look down at it, I couldn't see nothing in there. And all of a sudden the window starts rolling down. I was like, can I give you $10 to back up 5 feet? Oh, man. You're on US 70? Yep. Pilot with RV. Yep. That RV sucked, too. I just had to chew the bread like it was rubber. And pilot with Subway. Yep, exactly. You got it there, Dustin. You got it. You know exactly where I'm at. Come save me. Oh, cool. Thanks, Backwoods. What holiday does a company driver have to work to get the bonus? Christmas. You go there's two bonuses. There's like a 350 and a 750. If you work from, I don't know I know if you work from December 1st to January 1st, you get the 750, but there's a shorter one that you can do for the 350. It's on the Prime page when it gets closer to that holiday. I'll run the whole month to get the 750. I can't not. I mean, that's 750 bucks, man. It's like, how can you not run it? Hey, why don't you guys do me a favor and go ahead and hit the little X next to the chat box. It's going to close the chat. Hit the like button and then hit chat again and open the chat back up. I'd appreciate it, man. I'd appreciate it. Oh, damn, Kelly, now you tell me. You know, I almost said screw it, and I almost personal conveyed over to the Loves. I was like, I don't know, maybe the Loves will be better, you know. Or I could even bust my clock right. Well, what time is it? I could even bust my clock and still get a 10-hour break in before I have to leave. I can't save you. I'm Texas on the way to Casa Grande behind one of our flatbeds. Oh man, sorry man, it's probably driving slow as hell too. Alright John, be good man. Drive safe. Keep the shiny side up. David, you see Chad's video on him trying to wake Bags up from his drunken stupor? I started watching it. I was like, you know, I'm going to go live there real quick and then probably watch it and go to bed. No, I didn't get that far. I seen him driving around. What's up, truck driver? 59, huh? 59. Yeah, you got to love Prime. Hey, but we're getting 10 miles to the gallon there, Dustin. I'd rather get yeah, I know. I don't know. I rolled up to a Prime truck one time. I was doing 65, and I'm like, that truck looks like it's going awfully slow. I go, that has to be a Prime truck. So I flipped my radar on, and once I got to him, gosh, he was doing like 40 miles an hour on the interstate. I was like, oh my God, he's going to get killed on US 54. I guess Bags text him back with some choice words, though. You're bored, huh? Shit. Why are you bored? You shouldn't be bored, man. I'm gonna make Melissa sit up here all night and guard the truck. I'll have her bark like a freaking dog if someone comes near her. But yeah, what, 9 o'clock in the morning? My freaking 10-hour break is up in like, I don't know. I was at the receiver forever. It seemed like ever in a day. Yeah, it was definitely a hazard on the interstate. Yeah, if you're getting 8.5 doing 75/80, then we're not gaining anything, because when I'm loaded heavy, I get 8.5 mile an hour pegging this thing at 65. So, oh, I was also told it's for insurance purposes. They slow these trucks down. With the Rand McNally, can you tell it to go an exact route? My Qualcomm is taking me all over instead of a direct route. Well, here's the thing, Will. I'm going to tell you, Garmin is way better at that. Okay? The Garmin, and maybe one of you guys know how to do this, but for instance, here's the Rand McNally. Here's my trip I'm going to be taking, okay? Right there. Now, the Garmin, you can just go, oh, you know what? I want to go over to here. You can go and press and hold. And the Garmin will do that, and you can tell it go that way. And it will calculate, it will tell you how much farther or shorter that is. Now, as you see this one, it says you can do that, and I'm going to press add as a via. It tells me if I want to. I'm going to say yes, please. And I'm going to say okay.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
It's going to wake Melissa up. I'm going to go back to summary. Oh, hell. It worked that time. What did I do different? Well, it didn't reroute it, but I made it do something. It added it on. Normally, it does absolutely nothing and doesn't change anything. Okay, I got to get number 2 out of there. Boom. Now I screwed my route up.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
Yeah, my whole route got screwed, so I'll put on my, well, I can just do it real quick so I don't forget and get screwed. But you're supposed to be able to do it with this. I just, other than just now, I normally can't get it to do anything. All right, we want to go to Iowa. Begin new route.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
Then we're going to go to our fuel stop over in Misery. Boom, boom.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
And then
proceed to the highlighted route.
To our 01 in Arkansas. Done.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
But the Garmin was really easy with that. That's the one thing, that's about the only thing I liked about the Garmin. You're not used to having a weekday off, huh? Oh, that's right, it's a holiday, huh? Cisco in Memphis sucks. Is hazmat required anyway in tanker endorsement required? If you're running reefer, a tanker's required, but hazmat's not. I missed yesterday live. I didn't get notified. Oh, that sucks. I used to drive like that back in the day, but now you don't get there any faster than a few minutes. It's a lot safer and less stress. Drivers at more manageable speeds. Oh, yes, insurance, it helps. Yeah. There's no load needs to get there in a hurry to risk my life over. Yeah, that's true. Gotta love Labor Day weekend, not, I'd rather be trucking. Yeah, I hear ya. You know, I personally would like if this truck would do 75. Would I be driving 75 all the time? Probably, because whatever the fastest it can go, so I would go legally, within reason. But I think in my mind, I'd really like to hover between 65 and 70. I'm happy at 65. I just don't like having anything pegged at its max. You know, so even if they gave me 67 and I ran 65, I'd feel like I was doing better, but then I'd run 67 and I'd want 70. Then at 70, I'd want 75. You know, there's no end. Screw it. Just wide open. Let me run as fast as speed will let me go. But I'll tell you, there's a big difference running 57 to 65 as far as the amount of time it takes you to get somewhere. I'm still getting to my places way too early because I keep calculating for the slower speed. Hey David, how is being an owner-operator? Is it better than company driver? Does it pay more? It's technically, it's not an owner-operator. It's just a glorified company driver. David, I'm going to need to give it a little more time to say whether it's paying more. I mean, it's going to pay more, but Is it going to pay? Is it going to pay enough more to make it worthwhile? I think if you didn't need health insurance or anything like that, and you lived in a cheap tax state, I think you'd be okay. But I think with health insurances and everything, unless you really run hard, I think it might not. Well, but then again, if you don't run hard in a company, that will lower that pay. So we'll see. It's going to take me a little bit to see how it does. I don't want to really jump to conclusions just yet. It's only been, I think, going on a month now. I think this is going to be my 4th week. Usually run 5 over, so I'm usually 75, except to I run 80 and 82. Now, what about California, man? You run 60 there? Oh, it's the size, Will. The one screen's 5-inch screen, the other screen's a 7-inch screen. 540 5-inch, 740 7-inch. That's it. Oh, Dustin, I'll laugh my ass off. If all trucks have to be at 65, oh my gosh, I'll be freaking laughing at the 389 Pete's next to me with the wide open exhaust and the loud ass Jake brakes, and them racing me on the interstate because they're a little bit lighter than me, so they're passing me 1 mile an hour faster up a hill. I hope what you're saying is they're going to all have to be governed and not just a speed limit, because that would be so beautiful to see these high dollar, high end owner operator trucks governed at 65. Just watch their faces as I pull by them when I'm empty. Like I do now. You just got passed by Prime. Sleep with that on your mind. I do 65 when time is important, but I do 62 the rest of the time. Doing 65 puts the truck in top gear at peak torque. Okay. You don't run down California, okay. Yeah, well, if the screen is fine on the 540 for you, get a 540. I mean, I'm sure, hell, think about it. Your cell phone GPS would be fine, right? Kelly had to chime in on that one, Dustin. He's like, wait, what? No, you ain't governing me. He's, I've got my 900 bazillion horsepower Peterbilt over here with 10 zillion million pounds of torque. There ain't no way you're governing me. I can pull a house through a garden hose. I just edited some video together of our little party we had the other day. Way too much editing, man. That was that was definitely not a video you can just let run. Yeah, well, I've had problems with the 740, my old 740. I won't upgrade this 740 until I know they've got their act together. They had a software problem that they didn't have a fix for. So if you updated your 740, it got screwed up. And, Rand McNally, if you ever call them, you'll hate Rand McNally. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to hate Rand McNally. You're going to hate outsourcing. Because they obviously outsource it, or Rand McNally is an Indian company. I think that's where she said she was from. And you're going to hate waiting on hold, and you're going to hate people who act like robots and tell you, this is all we can do for you. Yes, we are sorry. We know it doesn't work, but there's nothing we can do. Thank you. Have a nice day. Click. Yeah, they come with the warranty. I forget what the warranty is, but pretty much the only like Love's gives like a 7-day return or a 30-day exchange or something. So that's cool, because if you do get one bad out of the box, when I got my very first one, I exchanged it in 2 weeks because the screen shadowed it burned in. You know, the screen would go black and you could see all the map and everything on it still. The new one, the one I got after that, didn't do it, and then this one doesn't do it. What's up, Lucas? How you doing, Ming? Ming? Did your homies in Compton take care of you? Did you get some tacos? Yep, Dustin, it does. What's up, Debbie? How you doing? Little Debbie Nixon in the house. Should have been in Springfield, Debbie. We could have got you out on some roller skates, man. After we got you loaded. Dave, how many gallons does the reefer tank hold? 30. It holds 30 gallons. 15-day return, 30 exchange. If I remember correct. Yeah, that sounds about right, Pac-Man. Now, Love's, you can also buy... I didn't get it with... I was never offered one with my Ram McNally. I think it's something new they're doing. But when I bought the headset, for, I think it was like $7, they gave... I bought a 2-year exchange. All you do is go to the website, fill out the thing, send them a picture of the broken product or whatever, and they'll send you, I think she said, a gift card of the amount you paid for the product. So that's kind of cool. At the top of Grapevine, appointment is at 1900. Okay. How about manufactured warranty, like sending it back to McNally? Yeah, it's 1 year, because I sent mine back. I've sent 2 GPSs back to them, and I got them back in the exact condition I sent them to them in. As a matter of fact, everything was to the T. All my information was in there. You'd think they'd at least wipe it out, so I'd have to type my info back in. Exactly. With the problem that it went there with, it came back with 2 different GPSs. Yeah, no, Ram McNally is a crap company, you guys. I mean, a crap company. And I say this, and I'm sorry if you feel different, but I say this because I spent a lot of time on the phone with these people, and they accidentally admitted some things to me that they shouldn't have, which are just bull. I mean, you don't... And she knew she screwed up when she said it, but she couldn't unsay it because she said it. And I told her I was recording her. Oh yeah, we know it's doing that, and we don't have a fix for it. We don't know what happened in the last update that caused it to do this, but we don't have a fix for it. Yes, it's been 2 months, and people are out there with non-working GPSs, and we don't have a fix for it, and we're not doing anything to help them other than, oh, take it outside your truck and restart it and blah, 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 blah. What's up, Junior? And all this stuff. That would get the GPS working a little bit doing that, but eventually it would go right back to not working within a day or so, or hours. Probably will. I don't know. I'm assuming what they probably do is they just update the run an update on it and then send it back. Yeah, my Ram McNally doesn't give me any problems either, Junior. This one I have that I won't do an update on, but the one before that I let update, once the update went through, it screwed up, and Ram McNally knew they had a screwed up update. And so they sent me a whole new different model Ram McNally that had known issues. It was just a whole ordeal. So I've got my 740 back, or another one. It's a new one. It works fine. I'll just never update it until I don't hear about these problems anymore. Because you can just go Google Ram McNally problems, and it's not just me. you'll hear people saying that, yeah, I've called them and they say there's no, there's no fix for it. But I bet you there's a fix for it now, because it's been, shoot, 2, 3, 4 months. So they've got to have a fix for it now. Haha, Junior, you're so funny. So funny. Could you average 1,000 a week at least doing company at Prime eventually after you get experience under your belt, especially if you go flatbed? Yeah, backwards, I was averaging 1,000 a week net without a problem. But here's the thing, I ran hard. I mean, I would run. Now that Melissa's on the truck with me, I realize how hard I was running compared to what I do now. So, there was that. So, but you should be able to do it. Now, there's going to be, there's probably going to be, times where you're not going to make that. But I went through like a couple months worth of paychecks and added them all up and did the average, and I averaged over $1,000 net a week. Now, one week might have been a $1,500 paycheck. The next one was $700. Then $1,200, then $800 type deal. They were never, of course, they all weren't over 1,000. Some were way over, some were under, and then you just average it out. Yes, Junior, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Man, Junior's got a damn TomTom in his truck. What's he talking about, Rand McNally? I seen that damn TomTom. I didn't even know. I seen that thing. I was like, what the hell, TomTom? That's for a car. Junior's running down freaking residential zones in his damn truck, going through school zones, across mall parking lots with his TomTom. Oh, man. Yeah, that's all you need. Now, a lot of you guys been out here forever, like Junior, like Kelly. You guys probably don't even need a GPS, because you've gone the same way over and over and over again, so you know which way is good. That's good, Backwoods. That's like Junior, man. He'd be freaking scratching his head, man. I did see your GPS. It's a TomTom. Yeah, it's a damn TomTom on the dash of your truck. I know that's what I seen. It was a freaking TomTom. Don't lie, man. You got a TomTom. I know I seen TomTom, because I remember going, what the frig does this guy have a TomTom for? Not only that, but he always says he doesn't use a GPS. Oh, you took your wife's car GPS to work with you? Oh, Junior. Oh, man. She's under the bunk, Kenneth. That's messed up, Junior. If you follow that, goes you're. Oh God, yeah. If you follow that GPS, you're in trouble. Yep. You follow a lot of even the Rand McNally, man. When I was teaching John, I would tell him, I go, look, John, look at what the Rand McNally says. It's telling us to go straight, right? Yeah. Do you see what it says right there on the side of the street? No trucks. And then you look at the street, and it was going into like an old little mall area. It's like, yeah, we're not going that way. Just go ahead and follow around to the left there, and we'll go around this area. Yeah, I just heard, somebody just told me that they make TomTom for trucks. I think it was Will. Will was saying, I'm going to get a TomTom, and I was like, that's a car GPS. And he said, no, they make them for trucks. Yeah, I believe that was Will. Frickin' TomTom. Payphone, an atlas, and a notepad for directions. Yeah, that you have fun with that, Kelly. I see some of these old truck stops, and they have those phone booth areas. I could imagine back then where you had to, you couldn't. You had to pull over just to call the shipper receiver to find out, hey man, I can't find you guys. You had to drive 100 miles to a damn truck stop. Well, no, backwards. Your GPS, you only use your GPS as a tool. You know, when you look at where you're going, for instance, let's say I put my 90 or my address into where I'm going on my GPS. First thing I do is, if it's not all interstate that I know or routes that I already know, is I bring down my atlas and I go over the atlas where the GPS is telling me to go. Make sure it's all truck legal, and then you've got what's called the last mile on the app, or a macro 19. It will give you directions from the interstate or highway, whatever the nearest is, to the shipper receiver, and you just follow that. And if there's none of those, I've Google Earthed it to make sure things are cool, but I usually like to call the shipper receiver and just say, hey man, I'm coming in I-75. What's a good way to get there once I, get off? But yeah, don't ever trust your GPS, man. I know when I first started, I thought the same thing. Why can't I trust my GPS? It would be just that much easier. Well, I'll tell you why. Because you'll be sitting on the side of the, you'll be backing down a mile of road because you followed your GPS into hell. What's up, Dirt Farmer? How you doing, man? Yeah, there's always good. Well, just today we were coming and, I got off at a truck stop to do a 30-minute break. And when I went to go get back on, I couldn't get back on. There was a K-rail in the middle of the road, so you couldn't make a left onto I-55, I think it was. So here's where the GPS kicked in. As soon as I passed it, the GPS said make a left at the next street. And I quickly looked, hit the button, and it showed me, and it said make a left here and 0.9 miles enter I-55. So it was taking me to a next entrance. Well, there was a truck doing a U-turn in that intersection, which was ridiculous and unsafe, and I mean, he almost knocked all the poles down so he can get on going the other direction. So I just looked up the street, didn't see any no truck signs, didn't see anything look weird, and took it, and everything was cool, man. She was good. Yeah, Kelly is still wet behind his ears, man. I assume Kelly's a guy. I mean, it is a universal name, but I've always been calling him a him, so we're cool. Have you been to General Mills in Carson, California, David, or anyone for that matter? I haven't been there, Lucas. Carson, not Carson. Junior's been there. Chief says there is no legal truck. Oh man, you know who's famous for that? That's the Garmin does that. That's Lucas. Try to GPS it from not where you're at. Go up the road a little bit. A lot of times it's doing that from right where you're at. Yeah, Lucas, there's no way there, dude. Just look at your macro 19. It's going to tell you, or your macro 27, Lucas, is going to tell you right where to go, right where to get off at, and then look at your macro 19, and that's going to take you the rest of the way in, man. You don't even need that GPS. I like that. Sorry, Lucas, you're screwed. And see, that's funny, Lucas, because that's something you need to know, just in case that ever happens and you have no cell signal or anything to call or do. Just look at your macro 27, man, and then your 19. They'll take you right there. That kind of gives me anxiety thinking about that. There should be a guaranteed trucker cheese made for truckers that actually work truckers. Yeah, no, there will never be, man. Backwards, that could give you a little anxiety, man, but you'll get used to it. Trust me, man, once you just make friends with your, all the info you got. Don't The last thing you're going to trust is that GPS. That sucker will get you into trouble. Especially backwoods, if you ever miss an exit or something and it reroutes you. Oh my gosh. Both the Wendy and Lisa go full-blown mental when they reroute in the middle of a route. They'll literally try and drive you through a park, or I mean they'll take you down side streets that aren't fit for a wagon and a tricycle. You just gotta play it smart, man. And if you look when it tells you to go left, if you look left and you ain't gonna fit, don't go. Don't go. Oh, you know, I'm calling DOT. Oh, where's her phone? Oh man, where's her? Oh, right here. Check this sign out, guys. Check this sign out. Tell me, what do you guys make of this? It's weight limit. What do you make of that? I'm gonna call DOT on that and ask them what the hell. I mean, is that some crap right there or what? Yeah, no, GPS is not reliable at all. Now the Atlas says that route is STAA approved. There's no restrictions on that route, but yet that sign sits there. Well, I know that, and I did. But difficult to find on Atlas because it's LA area. Yeah, no, Lucas, the Macro 27. Remember, I told you how it will show you. You know, take I-5 to 210, and you know it tells you how many miles and whatnot. That will tell you where to go and get off at, and then your Macro 19 will take you the rest of the way there. But I'm telling you, at some point, if you reroute your GPS, it will kick in and find a way. Unless it's at their end, it's having a problem. Hey, Justin, how you doing, man? Hard iced tea, huh? They were just cold iced teas. The only time it's okay to go on a restricted road is if that's the only way to deliver your load. Well, I mean, is it even okay then without like getting approval? I mean, I know what you're talking about though, because obviously a lot of these Pepsi Cokes, they're going on restricted truck routes all the time, you know, to get to those stores. Because I've seen those stores where it says no trucks, but yet a truck has to go deliver stuff there. I hear you. I was the same way, man. I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, did you see that sign, Lucas? That sign's some bullshit. They're highlighted in orange in the Atlas, and that's how you know it's approved. Yeah, exactly. And that's that route I just showed you. The that sign's on is approved too. But it's there. It's in. Let's see if I got the name of. There it is in all its glory. And you think, oh, the sign, somebody vandalized it. Well, when you go over the bridge and you look the other way, the sign looks exactly like that. No one wants to take a stab at what that sign means. The only thing I can get from it is a triple axle straight truck. It's good for 27 tons. For a small box truck, there's no weight limit. For a semi, there's no weight limit. I mean, it's dumb. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. But why would they restrict the weight on a triple axle straight truck? Well, I know it's more compact. Okay, you know what? I could see it this way. A small box truck's only going to weigh so much. A triple axle straight truck, I guess you can get a lot of weight on those triple axles in a shorter package, a semi is going to be extended. Now, why wouldn't you think that they would at least just put 40 ton for the semi? That way it's not questionable, like me going, what the hell does that mean? Your company wants me to something Arizona highway, but they are not approved. Oh, to take Arizona highways, but they're not approved, really? It's a 27-ton weight limit. Is that what you're saying, Kelly? Is that for all 3 of those trucks? So then that shouldn't be... The Atlas needs to be changed, and it needs to have a restriction in the Atlas, huh? All right, Junior, you too, man. You take care. Oh, yeah, sitting on my rear end over here. Having a good time. Where the hell is Hog Rider been, you guys? Anybody know? So what's up, Cash Money? Have you, I think you're a new guy, new face in town, aren't you? Or am I just haven't noticed you a lot? Well, I'll just have to go buy 3 different GPS systems and have the Atlas in the passenger and the Atlas support team on speed dial. Now, backwoods, I find that my Ram McNally and my Qualcomm work them together. It's golden, man. I'm totally confident I'm gonna get to where I'm going. Between the 4 of them, I use Ram McNally, my Qualcomm, the Atlas, and my cell phone. I'm golden. And if you're wondering what I use my cell phone for, every time, like right now, I put in the address where I'm going, I Google Earth it, I go, okay, this is how the last mile is telling me to go. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, David, if you miss the entrance to this building, you can go around and come back to it. Or, David, if you miss the entrance to this building, there ain't no way turning around. You better stop as soon as you can so you can back up. You know, that kind of stuff. Figure out how to get into the place and all that. Yeah, Lucas, I tried calling or Melissa did, and they're closed today, I guess, or there's no answer because of the holiday. I use the Ram McNally 740. If you want a little less money and a smaller screen, there's the 540. But it seems to do okay with me. Okay, Cash Money's got an answer I want to hear here. I used to deliver groceries in Massachusetts and had this route with a 39-ton limit on my route, and my truck GPS wouldn't let me use it, but I just knew the route. Now, was your truck over 39 tons, though? I mean, if you're delivering groceries, aren't those little pup trailers? Dots against all truckers. You know, Dot is good and bad, guys. Good and bad. You got to remember, look at that one video going around Facebook right now, or YouTube, or Instagram. The Dot inspector's got this truck, and he's literally taking his front wheel and going dunk, 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 dunk with it because the wheel bearing's so far gone. You know, obviously, if the Dot guy didn't catch it, the guy would eventually have caught it when his wheel flew off. Now, they do seem like they're harassing you and everything because their job is to find bad things about us, and nobody likes that. Nobody wants somebody to come into our house and look for, let's see if you did anything wrong. But if you think about it, they're just doing their job, and I haven't yet figured anything in their job description that is overly absurd or obtrusive is the word I want to use, maybe. But I haven't been probed yet, so I don't know. Okay, so you're around 30 tons, so your GPS was just needed to be set that your truck was 30 tons, and it would have let you go, because I bet your truck GPS was set for 40 tons. The oddest, what's up, John? The oddest delivery or pickup? I don't know. I don't think I've really. I can't think of one right now. I think I've had a couple of weird ones, but I just can't get them to come to mind. Let's see. So 30 ton, that's 60,000 pounds. You had you had 46,000. You had 46,000 on your back, so you 46. Say, what is your truck about? 30,000 pounds, 40, 70. So you're about what, 80,000 pounds? So that's 60, 70,000. So you're 20,000 pounds overweight, and what is it? $100 a pound they charge you? That'd have been a hell of a painful ticket there, buddy. If all else fails, just call the local police and ask. I delivered to Long Island and called the police, and they let me use a 3-ton limit road. They said it's a truck route. Went that way about 20 times on that. Yeah, I had the police, I can't remember where, they took me this one way. And basically it was just a no truck road because they didn't want trucks globbing up. It was one of those little towns, those really small, tight streets where the cars nose in on the sides of the street. But I was going through there at like midnight, so they're like, yeah, you can just go that way. But yeah, I called, there's off US 63 in Arkansas, we always get a warning about there's a bridge problem there. Let me see if I can bring up the warning. Whenever we're going to go through Arkansas, here it is right here. Warning, we show that you're about to enter the state of Arkansas. Be advised there's a bridge on Highway 63 in the Walnut Ridge area with a 48,000 pound weight limit. No detours. Well, I've looked in the atlas and restrictions, there's nothing there. So there better be signs with a detour. You can't put a weight limit on a bridge like that and then just have it there when you get there. Anyways, let me keep reading this. Weight limit, no detours. Large fines will be issued if traveling from Springfield to Memphis. Please use Highway 60 to I-65 or take 65 to 40, yada, yada, yada. Well, I've called because Crazy Bags told me, yeah, you can go that way. That bridge has been replaced. I called DOT, or John called DOT, and yeah, they said that bridge has been replaced. So I've been going that way ever since. I've never actually went over any. I mean, there's a lot of new looking bridges over that way. Oh, okay, got that. 15 trips for the month of August, one of them being from Washington to Florida. Not bad for a rookie. Okay? No, not bad at all. Not bad at all there, Mr. Wilsterman. Weirdest load I pulled was cadavers to Arizona back in the 90s. Ugh. Yeah, that is weird. Okay, you're 30,800 empty. Yeah, CS reefer's worth 34,500 empty. Our boxes are heavy. Empty and full of fuel, that is. When I picked up in Florida, fun orange load, Stevens had me scale at landfill by Brandington. That was kind of odd. Oh, did you hear that crap, Lucas? There's a scale at the landfill. You know, John, we drive 50 miles when we go pick up at Tropicana there to scale the truck. Oh, man, that's a freaking good idea. Yes, Backwoods, they do. They it's the Qualcomm GPS routes. They send a route to that, Um, Here, man, maybe this will take a little anxiety from you. There's what it looks like. It's got all our stuff, but when we're dispatched, we just hit dispatch and we just click on where we want to go. Like this is, this is my 01, that's my fuel stop, that's my 90. So I just click on it and tell it to give me the route,
Asking for route.
and it will do it. It'll route me there. Now, having said that, there's also the Macro 27, which always seems to be different than what the Ram McNally gives you. Usually the Macro 27, which is what prime fleet managers and everything say you're supposed to follow, is your fuel plan. That usually matches up with the Ram McNally. I'll show you what a Mac 27 looks like since we got a new guy here in the house. You might be interested in this.
Drive to road behind you on Pleasant Hill Road, or reroute from current location.
Let's see here. We'll do my load right now, which is right there. Okay, this is what the Macro 27 looks like here, bud. What it's doing is it's telling me where my fuel stop's going to be. It wants me to fill up at this fast lane place here. It's $1.99 a gallon, plus the state taxes. We're going to be in Missouri, so it's going to be 17 cents a gallon. And where I'm at right now, US 78. I'm going to go this way, 5 miles to I-55. I'm going to take that north. You pay attention to this too, Lucas, because this is what I was just telling you. North for 28 miles. I-555 north for 43. It turns into 63. That's the name of that freeway. It's going to be north for 21 miles. Going to hit US 67 for 16 miles. East for 26, 67 north 29, so on and so forth. I mean, you get the idea now, right? And it will give me all the way to my 90. As you can see, it tells me, and then I'm going to go this way, there, boom, 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 boom. Eventually, I'm going to end up at my 90. And my last mile, or my Macro 19, will take me off at US 61 and finish the route for me. Total miles 491. I probably bored the hell out of you guys, but I don't know. I did it anyways. In my opinion, your own safety and safety of others is more a concern than a fine, especially with the signs with length limits that lead you through steep mountains. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Ultimately, you're the pilot of the ship. You make the decisions you feel are right. Future new guy here, so this cool of you. Oh, no problem, John. How you doing, John? I was a rookie and was sent to San Diego port, and the guard gave me my tail lights to the trailer and my glad hand seals. I didn't know what to think. Yeah, I'd have been like, what the hell? What's up, trucker? Oh, no problem, Backwoods, no problem. And I was dispatched on my very first load after going through training. My trainer never showed me anything to do with that, and I'm on the phone and my trainer didn't use the Navgo, he used the Ram McNally, so I'm on the phone with my dispatcher. I had no clue how to use the Navgo. And my dispatcher didn't know either. He's like, I don't know how to. He goes, he don't believe in GPS. He goes, don't you know how to use the Macro 27? Of course I do. Well, there you go. Use that. So I hang up. I look at the Macro 27. I'm like, what the hell are all these numbers? And I sat there for a minute in the parking lot at Prime, ready to leave. And I finally figured out, oh, those are the highways, and that's the miles and the directions. And I sat there and figured it out. And then on the way to my 01, I figured out how to use the navigation system. But it was pretty spooky, man. You seen that, huh, John? Damn, Bags, he made me run. That's okay. The man bought me a steak for that. That was cool of him. He took me to dinner. I wasn't expecting that. I'd have ran a lot harder if I'd have known that. Your first load was Long Island's, Long Island and Queens. Ooh. Yeah, Chicago. Yeah, whenever I get into those areas, man, that's where I really double check everything. My first 2, 3 weeks into being solo, never been to the Northeast. I get a load going from Brandon or whatever it's called, Tropicana, to New Jersey. And when I delivered there and I go to leave, the guy goes, "You can park on the street. You know where you came in at?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, You can park on that street." I said, "Okay, cool." So I don't turn my GPS on because I know where I'm going. So I pull out of the driveway. As soon as I made a left, my GPS starts screaming about low bridges. And I remembered the last mile saying there's a low bridge with big fines over there. And what it was when I came in, I made a right to the Tropicana place. And now that I was leaving, I needed to make a right there. If you'd go straight, that's where that low bridge was. But the GPS didn't know which way I was going, so it just started screaming. That scared the hell out of me, though. Low bridge, low clearance, low clearance. Yeah, exactly, Backwoods. You stare at it and figure it out. First time I looked at those numbers, I thought, who the hell can make any sense out of this nonsense? But yeah, once you look at it, you realize what it is. And then if you even went farther and wrote it out your own way, instead of them running like this, this one here for this many miles, then you're going to go that one for that many, it would make more sense like that. Oh God, long. What do you mean the macro 15 and 19 are conflicting directions? Yes, Cash, 100% right. On the streets, the GPSs are screwy. Don't trust them. Be very leery. Before you make any turns, you look down that street and look for any signs. And then you'll make your turn, go up a quarter mile, and then find the sign that says no trucks. It's like, why don't you put it at the beginning of the intersection so you can see it? What do you need, Lucas? We'll get you there. What's going on, man? Just give me your address, Lucas. I'll put it into my GPS. And I can get you the last mile that way. Ooh, spooky. Yeah, but it won't know. It won't know from where you're going. But that should be pretty easy from your macro 27, Lucas. Because you're in LA, man. There's only a few ways to go. Hey, no problem, Backwoods. No problem at all, man. What's up, Rita? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, with the signs. That feeling when delivering downtown and you have to piss constantly from nervousness. It can get nerve-wracking, man, when you're going through a city. Even some of these known U.S. highways and state routes, you'll start going through a town, a residential area, and you shouldn't be there. You're like, how in the hell do they let trucks pass through here as you're scraping the tree branches and the streets are so narrow and the houses are right against the street, and then you see another truck coming the other direction. It's like now there's two of them on the street. Those houses inside must be rattling apart as they drive by. Send it to Melissa's because I can't get it off of mine. Looks like some vandals tampered with the weight sign. You know, Kenworth, that I thought the same thing, but the other sign on the other side looks the same way. Looks the same way. Melissa posted that up on Primetime Grinders, which she has balls to do anything on that site. And somebody said that they had it checked because they thought the same thing, and they were told that it was a legal truck route. But I want to know. I want an explanation. And also, I know somebody who said they checked with Prime, and Prime said that was a legal truck route. Right, right. Yeah, no, those signs are on both sides. Plus, in the Atlas, um, there's no mention of restrictions. And if there was a restriction there, wouldn't that have to be not highlighted? Because if it's highlighted, do I even need to look for restrictions or low bridges or anything? I always do. But if it's an STAA truck route, it's got to be at least 8'6" wide, 13'6" high, 75 long, 80,000 pounds, right? I mean, otherwise it wouldn't be an STAA route. Good topic to talk about today in Nashville. Exit to park at the TA on I-65 by the ballpark. I hate TA. Was full, so I decided to come to my O1 and park here until my appointment at 1:30. There you go, Rita. Nice. At least you'll have you won't have a ticking clock when you start. So, any Prime drivers in here? Has your Qualcomm started triggering at 5 miles an hour yet? Because you know it's supposed to have started doing that on September 1st. Not that we've switched to ELD, but that they're switching them to 5 mile an hour. Mine's still working on the 1 mile deal. Let's see. Let's see. Pop this in here real quick, guys.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
That was loud. Okay, 1,820 miles. Let's go to the end of this trip here. 605, California 91. California 91, exit 8, Central Avenue. It's right off of California 91, bud. That's nice. That makes it easy. Let's see what the other things you sent me here say. Okay, 710 California 91 West, Central Avenue South, Central Avenue, yep. Past Victoria Street, turn left, go half block, on the left, check in on CV Channel 2, don't go in early. Okay, let's do that one. Recommendation, watch for signs. Check Atlas for length, width restrictions. Oh, okay, I see what this is. I-5 Golden State Freeway 46. Truck I-5 South 4. I-4 San Diego Freeway South 35. It doesn't give you anything else. I mean, that didn't take you all the way there. You know, you can always... I mean, if your macro 19... or your last mile seems to match what I've got here, so you know where California, how to get to California 91. I would just do that. Yeah, because that's what, I can't tell what this top one is. I think this top one's your macro 19. Yeah, it's your macro 19. Yeah, so you're good, man. Just 710 to the California 91 is what I'm seeing here. I-710. I'm betting, I like their phone number, 111111111. But I'm betting once you get down a little ways, you'll probably be able to get the oh, your Ram McNally's not working, but what about your Qualcomm map? Is your Qualcomm map working? The restrictions can change any day. You just have to go to court and you will win if it makes sense. Yeah, oh, I was telling Melissa, I was like, if this is a restricted route and they don't have any signs anywhere up until it's too late, what are you supposed to do? Oh, ELDs, backwoods, when your truck reaches 5 mile an hour or above, it switches you to your drive line and tells the ELD that you're driving. Right now, the system that we're running on, which is being changed over in the next month, lets you drive up to a mile before it changes over. That's what I was talking about, the 5 mile an hour deal. So it's if you're not driving yet, by the time you start driving, it's gonna be, you'll be on the 5 mile an hour deal, where if you drive past 5 mile an hour, it lets the truck know that, or it lets the computer know you're driving. What's happening, Christopher? I'm still alive and kicking. I've been to a part, the company I work for sent me with one without a TWIC card. I get there, they said you need a $600 escort. I was taken off that load. I don't have a TWIC card. I'm supposed to have one, but I never got one. And I was wondering if they're going to send me somewhere where I need a TWIC card. Does that mean Melissa needs a TWIC card? But I went to a port with John. They didn't ask for a TWIC card, but if you've seen that video, you'll see the witch port authority wannabe rent-a-cop yelling at all the trucks. I was just trying to ask her, ma'am, can I engine move? Oh my gosh, I wanted to get out and punch her, man. I ain't never wanted to hit a woman so bad in my life. Yes, I'm parked at the street. Luckily, since everyone is off, all the businesses are closed, so I can be here without being bothered. This place is so close to the downtown, so the streets are tight. Oh man, that sucks. There's just something in the route that Rand McNally thinks is there. The Garmin used to do that all the time. My Rand McNally's only done it one time, and it was at the beginning of my route, because what did I do? How did I figure out how to fix it? I can't remember what I did, but I did something. Oh, you know what? How did I know where it was? There was something that was telling me I knew where it was making a mistake at. So I ended up just passing that area, or I drove 5-10 miles up the road and tried it again. But I had this one area where they put in a roundabout, and Rand McNally wanted nothing to do with it. He kept telling me there was no legal way to get on that freeway right there, and all I had to do was get on and go around the roundabout and go on. And it kept telling me no. So I just drove. I think how I knew is because my Qualcomm was telling me go that way, and Rand McNally was saying no legal route. It sucks, huh, Greg? Oh, damn. What's up, Frosty? When did you sneak in here? Yes, Melissa would need one or wait at the gate. Yeah, I make her wait at the gate holding her pee. You remember that video? Everyone in the truck has to have a TWIC at a port or military base. Yeah, well, I just never bought a tweaker card, that's all. I don't really have a desire to. If they're going to send me to port that needs one, it's like, well, you guys, you can't send me. I need a different load. My trainer said he's worked for Prime for 7 years and never pulled his TWIC card out once. Oh, just insane. Okay. You're like a ninja. All right. Don't you love if you miss a turn and the GPS says make a U-turn? Yeah, or I don't know if you guys notice about 20% of truck stops it wants you to make U-turns into. Go make a U-turn. It doesn't know there's an you can make a left into there. But yeah, that always cracks me up, especially when it's a small ass street. Make a U-turn if possible. Yeah, okay. You use your TWIC card once a month. It must be different for flatbed. I ain't never been asked for one, or I don't even know other than you. I ain't never heard of anybody who had to use one. I guess I'm betting if I end up needing one and I have to turn down a load for it, I'm betting I'm going to hear an earful about it, and I'm going to get told you need to go get one. Turn this off so it doesn't start yapping tonight. Let's see. You in a porch regular? Okay. Question: they ever hair follicle test and piss? They're all the time randomly. I've never heard of anyone being hair follicled, but if you can't pass a hair follicle test, you might want to figure out how to pass one, because you never know when they're going to. And yeah, there can be a random drug test at any time. I know some YouTubers have been random drug tested at Prime. When they say don't arrive early, what is an acceptable time to arrive before a drop or drop and hook? I don't arrive early on a drop and hook. I've never heard of that, but I like to arrive at least an hour early, unless it says don't come. Don't come. Sometimes they'll say don't come no more than 15 minutes early. Then I'll come about 30 minutes early. Unless it's unless it's Walmart, you'll get a damn service failure if you do. But I usually like to arrive an hour early. Really? Wow. Okay. I just been lucky, I guess. Or maybe Prime doesn't have reefer freight going in and out of the ports. Okay, backwards. I told him to just stop altogether and forget about it. You gotta decide what's more important: the money or the smoking. I know a lot of people, they'll rather smoke than work. Don't want to give up the smoke. Oh my goodness, it's Jack. Jack, how you doing, man? How you doing? I love you too, man. Are you calling me a loser? I'm a loser? What do you mean, man? Shit. Everybody, it's Jack. Jack, everybody. Jack's pretty cool, man. He's got a really neat name. I was talking one time. I was like, dude, what's your last name? And he's like, he sent me a thing, and he's like, it's Jack Hoffer. And it's like, cool, okay. Jack Hoffer. middle name is me. Banana, New Jersey. Bananas in New Jersey. You need a TWIC card to pick up bananas? Navigo wanted me to make a left turn on a road that was one way to the right. That is why I go very slow and look at all the signs and turn on my hazard lights. Also, I use the macro 19. Absolutely, Rita. You'd be surprised. And, unfortunately, you get people driving and they will follow a GPS off a bridge. It's saying to go there. I'm going there. I'm going there. And I don't think they're doing it because they're stupid. I think they're following it, so they have too much faith in it, so they're not paying attention that, hey man, you're driving into a freaking under a 13-foot 2 bridge. Gonna sweep out the trailer, call me when you're off here. Alright, have fun sweeping it out. Oh, I thought you got a like $500 blower. Jack is back, man. It's been a while, man. Good to see you here, man. He's got one. He bought one. I don't know why he said sweep it out. That's right, Joe. I was pulling a dry van and I was doing a drop and hook, and I checked my trailer out and had 2 flat tires and one of the doors was ripped off. So I called the company I worked for. Is it legal to haul that? I hope they said no. Oh, no. See, that's why, Greg, I always tell you gotta know where you're going. Don't just follow them damn GPSs blindly. Hey, Joe, I want you to see this. Yeah, I've got a leaf blower. It works out great. I want you to see this, Mr. Joe. Get it back. What do you make of that? Do I have any better pictures of it? Every guy named Jack in high school is named Jack Me Off. Yeah. Every guy in high school is named Joe was Joe Blow too. Well, you would think that Navigo will send you on a good route since we are paying a weekly route quote. Yeah, but it's only as smart as a GPS, and GPSs are pretty dumb. King Jack. Oh yeah, that's right, King Jack. Dun, 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 dun. That is not a good sign. It means drive fast and hope for the best. That's funny. It's exactly what I did. Oh, floor it. This bridge looks old as hell. What the hell? Keep going until you fall. I just don't get it. Why it's got the one weight limit and on the one straight truck with 3 axles. Yeah, I'm preloaded. I mean, pre-planned. I pick up the load in the morning. It's only a 500-mile run. Something tells me this week's going to be a little dicey. Although I'm dropping it in Iowa, so I'm hoping I'll get a good load coming out of Iowa. Okay. Alright, that's kind of what I did, Joe. No, as I went by, son of a bitch, the freaking Atlas says it's a good route. There ain't no restrictions over here. What the hell? Now, I tried calling DOT and they're closed today. It's too soon to tell, Jack, really, I'm not losing money compared to company, but you know, there's a couple of ways I'm gonna look at my results. I'm gonna look at my lease results as just a, you know, a guy leasing, no family, no care in the world, no need insurance, no nothing. And then the way I'm looking at it is I'm leasing and I have to buy health insurance compared to what I was getting with company benefits and everything. And I think you guys are going to be surprised. My picnic video, you mean Bags picnic video? Or you mean the after party video? I've got a video I edited, I just got to upload it, of everybody getting together last night or the night before, going roller skating and whatnot. I drove up along a river in California that was so twisty and turny that I had to use my horn on curves and hope for the best. That sucks. Oh yeah, they'll yeah, I forget how much they do, but they match up to a certain extent. If I just keep letting them take out my e-fund like I'm doing, I'll have a freaking gnarly 401k. I'm having them pull 5% of my gross revenue for my e-fund until I want to get maybe $2, $3, $4, $5,000 in an e-fund, and then I'll probably stop contributing that much to it, just a little bit. And it's just my emergency fund if something happens with the truck that puts me down or anything. I hear you can get a good deal on mattress in Florida. Mattress in Florida. It may be a bit moldy, but just flip it over and it'll be fine. Yeah, a little nasty moldy. Yeah, it was bags. You know what? I grabbed his camera. He had to go to the restroom, so I had his camera for a little bit, playing around with it. I ran by one of those signs in Texas when I was running around chicken coops and had hours. Oh man. Yeah, no, I've got a. Yeah, I think I threw just a quick little skating one up. I actually edited a video together. It's from when Bags called me when I was in bed on up to whenever I ended it. But originally I was in freaking bed sleeping when I got the call from Bags. What are you doing? Let's go party. And it's like, okay. Oh man. I figured go out for a couple of hours, have a few drinks, come home, relax, play around, play some badminton. No. That was a good weekend, Brian. It was really fun. John, the dumpsters at Prime always have mattresses. Pick the one with the fewest brown spots. They'll give you a new mattress at freaking Prime, man. What do you mean? I'm going to be buying that $450 mattress at Prime. You can get the one that's in the truck free. It's fairly comfortable. And then they have got one for $250. It's a regular size mattress, and I don't know what the deal is with it. And they've got this new one. It's like that thick, like 13 inches thick. It seems they only have a little piece of one. Seems like it'd be pretty comfortable, but they want $450 for that thing. Yeah, Jack, he's a bad boy. I hear there's a lot of water loads going to Florida and the Carolinas. Oh, yeah, water, like drinking water and whatnot. I don't want to go anywhere near there. Well, there's still hurricanes over there. I know on the news they had a bunch of trucks stopped at Daytona Speedway, I guess to get out of the way of the hurricane or something. It was pretty nuts. Melissa was telling me about that. Lucas. There. I use it. Yeah, to board up all those windows. All right. What? When am I going to sleep? I don't know why. What? Yeah, I don't know. In a little bit. Hurricane is, wait, what did I say, Jack? What did I say? I'm even running plus. Damn it. Did I say something stupid? I have a purple mattress at home and I love. Oh, yeah, I heard it. Yeah, they're always advertising those purple mattresses. I would say I'm probably averaging about 9 miles per gallon because I get a lot of 9.5, almost 10s. But the last couple of days running through Arkansas, I-60, I mean US 63, 62 and all that is all hills, man. It's really screwed up I think right now it's saying my last 6,000 miles have been like 9.5 miles per gallon. I've been wanting to buy that purple seat cushion thing. But I just wonder if I'll crush it to death and kill it. Sam's Club, they're only $200 for a mattress. Yeah, but you have to have a Sam's Club card. The rest is only for the wicked. Yeah, Jack's here. There ain't no time for sleep. Might not see him for another year. Dude, I only get 7 miles per gallon, but that is running the passes in the Pacific Northwest. Oh, I feel so sorry for you, Greg, in the wintertime. You are fucking gonna die, dude. Now imagine all these hills you're going on. Imagine them covered in ice and snow. Oh, I'm going to pray for you, man. I'm going to start praying for you now. I have a couple of purple seat cushions, too. I have heard complaints about leaving the purple seat cushion in a hot vehicle. Oh, I wonder, they get all smushly. Get purple seat. Get purple butt. Alright guys, well, it's been an hour and some change. I am going to leave you with my wisdom. I'm going to give you a really good tip. Whatever you do, if you're looking to make some money, you're not going to do it by taking... I screwed that one up. Okay, never mind. I ain't going to give you nothing. Let me give you a tip. Don't take wooden nickels. You're super excited to chain and run the mountains. True test of being tough. Your true test of being a psychopath. You better have a dash cam so we can see what happened to you. All right, Backwoods, no problem, man. Yes, Joe. I am. I'm not gonna freaking even lie. I'm not even gonna lie. For some reason, the shit scares me when something can slide out of control and you can't stop it because it's just ice and it just starts sliding down a hill. It's just part of the job, man. That's right. Greg's going to do that part of the job for me. Me, I'm going to try to stay out of the Northwest. All right, Brian. Thanks, man. You guys have a good one. Remember, no such thing as stupid comments. Just stupid mistakes. Yeah, I think I got that.